growing up with the Wii, you can imagine I'd play a lot of GameCube and Wii Go's. Like, I don't know, Luigi's Mansion, Mario Sunshine, Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, and the GameCube is actually how I first played Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. It was on the Collector's Edition for Legend of Zelda. Although you'd think that growing up on the GameCube, I would have played some of the Sonic games, like Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, or maybe even Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. Somehow, I never played those games. I never fell in love with them like other people did. But I did fall in love with quite a couple of Wii games, and there are two that I desperately want remade on Switch. So before I get into it, please hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button, please hit the notification bell. I love it when everyone reaches out and shows their support. Makes me feel like I'm a good YouTuber, even though I'm bad at this job. Please enjoy the video. Okay, so the first game I want remade, Super Paper Mario on the Wii. If it gets remade on Switch, that'd make it an underrated game even better. Super Paper Mario is only kind of a platformer, but it really defies your expectations. And I want those expectations to be defied even more. I want these random gameplay changes to happen more often. Plus, there's quite a couple of things that I would change about the game as is, like, for starters, ditching the timer for when Mario goes into 3D. It's so minor that it just doesn't need to be there. Heck, keep the timer in and make it so that we can unlock some sort of way to make it so that we can make it so the timer doesn't have to be in there anymore. Like, say once you beat chapter 3 and you have Bowser on your side, you go back to Vestovius and you pay him something and he takes the timer out entirely. Heck, maybe we can even give Princess Peach, Bowser, and Luigi the ability to go into 3D as well, because that's kind of the biggest gimmick in the entire game. Just something to think about. And let's make it so that flip side and flop side elevators just wow. I mean, I like the elevator in the center of Flipside that takes you up to the top floor, but I would just make it so that I can switch between different floors, and the only second elevator that'd be in Flipside and Flopside would be on the outskirts of Flip and Flopside. Not only that, but I'd give me some clues for where the Pure Heart pillars are, because I had to do quite a bit of looking before I finally found them. Just having some clues to find those Pure Heart pillars would definitely make it a lot easier. And let's make it so that 4 of the doors are on flop side. That make a lot more sense considering that there's 8 Pure Hearts. We can just have 4 doors in flip side and have 4 doors in flop side once you place each Pure Heart. Also, let's make it so that the item bag is a lot bigger so that we can hold more healing and attack items in there. Like, seriously, that would be perfect. And by the way, 4K resolution for Super Paper Mario would be brilliant. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the game runs at 60 frames. Don't take those 60 frames and drop it to 30 like you did with the Thousand Year Door. Just keep the 60 frames. Make it so that there can be higher resolution. I'd love that. Also, let's get an intermission with Bowser after you complete World 2, because you technically unlock him the first level of World 3. We have intermissions with Peach and Luigi in Count Bleck's castle. Why can't Bowser be in Count Bleck's castle and somehow make his way to the third world? Also, let's give a list of the recipes that we've completed, and maybe just, a list for the recipes that we haven't done as well. Like, having a checklist for the recipes would definitely make all the more sense. I'd be fine with that. You don't need to give us the list of the ingredients that are needed for each recipe. Just give us a checklist that shows what ones that we haven't done and have done. And even if Nintendo gives us a Switch 2 edition for the Thousand Year Door that makes it runs at 60 frames, give that a checklist for the recipes as well. Screw it. Just putting it at 60 frames with higher resolution and a recipe checklist would instantly make the Thousand Year Door remake on Nintendo Switch superior to the GameCube version. And also, by the way, let's make it so that we don't have to shake the Joy-Con 2s in order to get extra XP. Let's just press the jump button in midair after hitting an enemy. That'd be a little bit easier and a lot more comfortable than holding a Joy-Con and shaking it. I just think that a Super Paper Mario remake has a lot of potential, but that's not the only remake I have in mind for the Wii to get put on Switch too. Now, I'm sure some of you may remember my Punch-Out marathon. I'll have it as an end card at the end of the video. But Punch-Out Wii, peak video game. I flippin' love Punch-Out. We get a Punch-Out Wii remake, I flippin' love that. And maybe after doing all 3 circuits in Tower Defense, we can get a Dream circuit where we fight off Mr. Dream, Donkey Kong, and maybe even Hitmonchan from Pokemon. That'd be funny. And maybe even Min-Min or Springman from ARMS. That'd be a pretty fun callback considering no one played ARMS. And make it that we can also do Doc Lewis' Punch-Out as a bonus mode. No DLC, just having a bonus mode where you fight Doc Lewis. And maybe let's get some shadows in the background of a couple of Nintendo characters. Like, I remember there being a DK shadow in Punch-Out Wii every once in a while. Having that in the World Circuit, not just having DK shadow, but having other shadows, would be extremely fun. I swear, if you haven't played Punch-Out, you should at least try the NES Punch-Out. It is amazing. Also, Nintendo can also make it so that Punch-Out Wii also has online multiplayer, and there's a little rank system like there is with Pokken Tournament DX, Splatoon, and soon to be Pokemon Champions. And let's get some actual voice actors for Lil Mac and Doc Lewis. Screw it. And you know what? Let's just make Mario the referee again, because why not, right? What if there was even an entire DLC pack with 2 more circuits that included some other Nintendo characters that also decide to box Lil Mac? That'd just be perfect, and maybe the DLC could even include some of the fighters from Super Punch-Out that never made it into Punch-Out Wii. Fighters like Dragon Chan, the Masked Muscle, Nick and Rick Bruiser. Like seriously, IGN gave this game an 8.8 out of 10. That's pretty good. Now, I'm not sure there's as high as a demand for this franchise as there is Mario or Legend of Zelda, so this may end up being a $70 game like DK Bonanza, or maybe even $60 like Metroid Prime Remaster was $40 because of the consumer rate. The point being that Nintendo has these 2 beautiful gems on the Nintendo Wii that they won't even bother touching. And that is honestly a crime, especially for me who grew up with these games. Adding a couple of things that just screws up the gameplay while keeping it at 60 frames and having a couple of quality of life features would make these Wii games even better than they already are. So that's what I'm hoping to see in the next Nintendo Direct. Super Paper Mario and Punch-Out Wii's remake onto the Nintendo Switch. So thanks so much for watching. I'm gonna get out of here and rage about how much I enjoy these Wii games. Bye.